Holy cow. Man, that is tiny. Wow. Well, it is a tiny house. Makes sense. Like, what in the hell? It looks crooked. Hey guys, welcome to Tiny House Customs. I'm Dan. You see the sun came out? I'm allergic to it. I work night shift, so it hurts. So I need to wear these anytime there's any type of light. It's obnoxious, that thing. I don't know what it is. My skin is burning. Oh God. What was I gonna say? I had some stuff planned in my head. So I was planning on doing an electrical video walkthrough, basically what I did for lighting, but I realized there's little to no content on YouTube about tiny house lighting. One thing that I haven't seen on any of the YouTube videos about tiny houses is exterior lighting. I think exterior lighting is a huge part of a tiny house. You need it. By no means am I one of those guys that thinks the world's gonna end and you need like property lights and all these things and stuff, but I do want to have a light switch inside my house, or one or two, that control exterior lighting. I want to be able to light up the outside of my house. One for when I come home at night. I want to be able to light up the house. I will have Wi-Fi enabled light switches on the exterior lights, so I can light it up so it's easier to approach the house. And then also for security, when I'm in the house, if there's something going on outside that I need to see, I can flip a light switch and it will light up the house. But if you can see up in that top left corner, I've got a floodlight. Now that is controlled on a single light switch. I've got one on this side as well as one on the other side, which I'll show you in a second. Now I ordered those on Amazon and this is what I got right here. All Pro LED floodlight security lights, LED twin head floodlights. 1600 lumens, which is extremely bright. It is the equivalent to 150 watts, which is huge, and the savings is absolutely amazing. They are LEDs, so they consume little to no energy. 20 watts divided by, I should do some math. I'll tell you in a minute when I get my phone on me. But when I ordered these on Amazon, I made sure to look at the measurements of it. I didn't want to have some hideous, atrocious thing on the outside of my house. So this one on the front of the tiny house doesn't need to be removed. It doesn't add anything to my width. It will, this one as well as the one on the back will light up I'll say the front side of my house, but it's not the front, the right side of my tiny house. It'll create a small dark spot, but it lights up a majority of the maybe backyard. I guess it would be the back, because that's the front. This is the front. What is the front? I don't know what the front is. And then you can see the one that I installed in the back. Put it in the same location as I did with the one on the front of the trailer. Now this is the entrance side of my house, or I guess you could say the left side of my house. My front door where my decks will eventually go. I put another huge floodlight up top. This is just a single light, and that will face down onto the larger deck that I have. But I also want to have one right next to my door. I just want a small porch light, I guess you would say. And again, it'll be LED, but I couldn't find one from the same manufacturer as that, and those were really good quality lights. I spent a small fortune on those, but I also want one right there. So in this video, I'm going to show you how I install one of those. Now you can see maybe that one is installed on a PVC block. Basically the same trim that I used for around my windows, on my corners, on my fascia, everything. All the trim that I used was that PVC. I mounted it on that same PVC trim, pocket hold it together, and I need to basically notch out my siding to put it in, also put a drip cap in it. So I'm going to show you how to do that. You ready? Man, I should have my own TV show. It'll be called Drinks with Dan. You can see I've already kind of decided where I want to put the light. I just want something small right here. Already run my wire. Capped it off with some two quick little clipper things. Wire nuts. They're not wire nuts, they're those new age things. But that's kind of live, I think, right now. So before I ordered this or added it to my cart, I checked out the dimensions of it. Always, they're in the description thing. If you scroll down, there's always little options you can check. And I read the dimensions. I believe it was like, there it is, 4.5 by 6.5 by 8.25. So it's very small for a tiny house. Finding things that fit a tiny house is very hard. A lot of things are made large for regular size houses. So I felt this thing was absolutely perfect. Model number 0338648. I opened it before I walked out of the store so I could return it. And I mean, it's a cozy little, perfect little size. Step one, remove those stupid stickers that they put on everything. That is the government right there. Oh, it's gonna leave a nasty film. Oh yay, I love nasty films. Not, well, whatever. I'm not gonna deny the truth. Ew, that's gross. God, it's right in between those seasons where it's like hot and cold. Like at night it drops below 40. During the day it's above 70. It's not 70 right now. It's probably like 64 degrees. Let's see where I'm at. 63 degrees. That was pretty good. I'm impressed. So like I said, I want to use some PVC to mount it. Now I did have some spare PVC when I did all the trim on my house. I have joined these together with some pocket holes. I labeled it. Also cut a piece of drip cap this way. I'm going to install it in this direction. So this block right here, I want to install here. Now I could have done this prior to doing the siding, but it would have taken so much longer to put this block in and then notch all the siding around versus cut this into my siding. So I'm going to show you how to do that. You ready? Let's go. I'm sorry for the lack of camera angles, but you're already about 8 feet off the ground, 9 feet, 10 feet off the ground, so I'm already scared that you're up that high. It's dangerous for you to be up this high. Do you understand? So I got a sharp pencil. I've got my block. I've got roughly where I want it to be. So this is the mounting bracket that is going to be used to hold the light. But I want to make sure that this light right here, it's got 2 holes here, will hold these things that I've got going on. So I want to install this bracket in this direction. Now I won't be installing an outlet box in the house. Maybe it's code that you need it. I don't know. But I'm not going to do that. I'll probably get reamed out in the comments. I'm sure of it. I've got a little bit of play in it, but I don't want to have it like this, if that makes sense. Well, I guess I could have it like that. There's no reason why not to. Yeah, there's no reason why I can't do that. Well, there's less flexibility with that way. Yeah, there's less flexibility. Just whatever. Don't listen to what I'm saying, ever. So I've got my block. I'm just gonna, that's where the hole is. I kind of want the hole to be off center. So this would be the center roughly. I want that hole to be either here, 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 or here. I know you can't see that, but you know, I think right here is a pretty spot. You know, we'll drop it a little lower. And I'm just gonna put some very, very light marks on the siding. Okay. Then we need a tool. Ow, that right in the shit, motherfucker. I'm just gonna double check it off my siding because I want everything to be running square. And my rough mark was way off square. I got that other mark. I'm gonna check it off here. Oh, it looks good. Oh, it looks good. So I only marked these top shingles. I'm gonna cut these out, put the block into it, and then I'll mark this lower section. So I'm gonna stay on the inside of that line on the side of this cut right here. Now, since I'll be installing this drip cap, there is a little bump in it right here, and it's also set at maybe a 5 to 10 degree taper on it. So when I cut this top line, I'm gonna set my oscillator at a slight angle to cut up. I mean, there's gotta be a solution to the problem that I'm having. Good. Oh, am I bleeding? Yeah, I am bleeding. Always. Every project I've ever done, I always bleed on. I've never not bled. So now I can cut that undercourse out. You know this blade right here? This single blade was $20. I've never spent $20 on a blade. Look at it. What? A second has passed, but to me, many, like hours has passed. Been working on sponsors. All I want is a sponsor. Impossible. It doesn't even work anymore. I need to Google why. I need to Google why. It's not oscillating. I swear to gosh, everything else has gone smoothly. This is not. This is not smooth. This is like rough pine is what I'm dealing with. DeWalt. What? Why? Why, DeWalt? I mean, I love you, DeWalt, and I stand by you, but I'm angry with you. I shouldn't have to Google how to fix a tool that's brand new, like no paint has been worn off of it. Angry, bitter man. I wish I could explain to you what has happened with this tool. I have spent literally probably like 3 hours trying to figure it out, but this should not happen. And when you pull the trigger, it should oscillate back and forth. But I'm 99% sure that the gears are stripped in this thing for some reason. It no longer cuts. Maybe it's operator error. I'm gonna go with operator error for now, but I'm pretty sure that it's tool malfunction because it's progressively gotten worse over the last few days. So I'm gonna go with equally as expensive hand chisels. Get a bigger chisel because that's gonna take 4 days in a row. Not 100% happy, but happy enough. Oh, you never accounted for that. That's great. I like that you didn't account for that. That sucks. Serious long. I swear to God, I did all the other ones in less than an hour each. This one, the one that I decided to film because I knew what I was doing, has taken like 5 hours. Project from hell. So this is a completely new day. That tool I was using, it was broken. So I called up DeWalt. They said it was still under warranty, I guess. It says 1 year. I bought it in December 26th last year, so it should be good. So I sent it back to the manufacturer to get repaired. The lens looks really dirty. I'm gonna use one of my Tiny House Customs hats to clean it. Look at that. Man, those things are multi-purpose. You should get one. How do I get one, you ask? Well, there's a link right down in that description. Shameless, I know. I don't try to not be. So when I cut this, I didn't figure for this thing, this 1/2 inch. So what I did was just cut a 1/2 inch off the bottom. I think that'll be all right. So now it's like super tight. So what I'm gonna do, which I don't recommend this, well, I recommend using silicone, but not doing it this way. So I'm just gonna silicone the snit out of this outside edge. I'm gonna hit my finger and it's gonna hurt. Now we've got silicone all over it. See, that's why I didn't recommend that. Should have tested it first. I'm gonna go and cut a little off. Maybe it'll fit now. I don't know. Let's re-silicone it. Yeah. See, I probably oh my God, you just cracked the shit out of that one. Oh God, I just made more work for myself. It's okay. So I'm just gonna find the center of this block. 7 inches, 3.5. Oh, it's actually perfect now, hey? So on the back side of this thing, there's little screws that stick out, so I need kind of a recessed hole there for them to go in. So I'm just gonna drill it. Just gonna drill it out. That, we don't need that. Well, we might, but don't tell anyone we need that. Shh, it's gonna be a secret. I wanna give myself plenty of room to drill a large hole all the way through right there. So I'm gonna put this kind of like that, and then use some honka-tonka screws. Since I haven't fastened this block in, these 2 screws are gonna hold it in. So I'm just gonna add an extra one just because I feel like that's a good idea. Good. That's gonna screw me over. That's gonna dick the whole program over. I'm gonna take all that apart again. Well, that's fine. Now I use this drill to drill every single hole in the house. And I found that this really long bit, a 3/4 inch, really long bit, it's like a foot long, maybe longer. Maybe it's like 14, 16 inches long. Worked good on pretty much every single hole. It worked everywhere. So I would recommend a setup like this, high torque and drill, never got stuck. But what happens is sometimes this drill bit gets stuck in the hole and it's hard to take it out. So when you're drilling, I recommend going like this, because this isn't really a precision hole. It doesn't need to be exactly 3/4 of an inch. So if I go like this, it's gonna ream that hole out a little bit and make it bigger than it needs to be, and the bit will come right out. So since this light as well as the other light need to be removed when I move the house because it puts me over that 8'6" legal limit, I left a lot of slack inside. So every time I take this apart, I'm most likely gonna have to cut this wire. So I've given myself plenty of extra wire to deal with that in the future. I really don't want to cut this at all because it's live. I'm just gonna strip back that protective coating on the Romex. I believe that's what this stuff's called. I did get some normal wire nuts, and this is like a combo pack where it's got 2 different sizes. The yellow ones are for just 2 wires and the red ones are for 3. I think there's different codes on it too. You got to read that. I don't know. I don't want to tell you something and be wrong. My ass is still bleeding from the last few comments. So when you put this on, this is very confusing without zooming in. Sorry, I'm all the way in and I can't just do that. But when you put this in, these screws come through here. These screws are adjustable. These nuts are, what are they called? Cap nuts? Why can't I think of it? But they seal off the end. So you want this to pull it tight and you don't want it to bottom out. So I'm just gonna bring these screws back so they're in farther, if that makes any sense. So this is live right now. Not really, I mean the light switch is off, but I think it still carries a current. I don't know. So I'm just gonna be careful. I'm gonna leave the black cut, or I'm gonna leave the black covered until I'm all done. Strip back the white, strip back this white, and we'll just join these together. You should hook the ground up first, but since this isn't live, I'm all right, it don't really matter. Ground goes first, then white, then black. I'm over twisting these so that it twists the wire together, even the covered up section. I've done surprisingly well on this project, and I've only electrocuted myself 3 times. I'm gonna get electrocuted. I'm gonna. It's just deal with it. Just do it, and then you know what it feels like. But you know what it feels like. You know how it feels like really good. Okay, don't touch. Don't touch. I'm gonna touch it. Mother always said, don't touch, Daniel. And I touched it. I didn't get electrocuted. Let the trolls go crazy. Oh, they're already going nuts. No box, no, oh God. Good. Now I'm just gonna cram this into here, just like so. There's a little rubber washer, which is like weather protection. I dropped one. I gotta keep my eye on it, but I can't. Damn it. Oh my God, I found it. And tighten those down with a non-marring pair of pliers. Yeah, because I got those. This is stupid because that screw's spinning freely. Stupid design. Oh yeah, you just marred the shit out of that. Square it up maybe? I don't know. Looks good to me. These 2 tools right here, this thing, this little wire snipper, and these bigger wire cutters, and a Phillips screwdriver were like crucial in doing the electrical in this house. So I've got a LED, what is it, 60 watt light bulb. It actually only uses 8.5 watts, which real quick math is like 0.05 of an amp, which is nothing. I've used LED lights outside before and they tend not to do well because of the cold temperatures, but we'll test her out. I don't really like that. I think I'll find one that looks like a burning candle, you know what I mean? Well, let's test it out. Wrong light switch, right light switch. Looks good? Cool, I'll show you a shot at night. Looks real cute. It's cute. What do you think, Peanut? I don't care about it. So I figured the best way to end this video was to show you what it looks like on the outside with all the lights going. So this is the other side of the house, and you can kind of see how it creates a small V right there, right here. You see the V? So it's a dark spot right there, but it lights everything from that point forward So I'm happy. Well, I did try my best to not shoot creepy ending. I'll look at the light. Nope, still creepy. But thank you so much for watching. If you're new to my channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button. If you like the video, please hit the thumbs up. Leave your great knowledge down below, and I will see you on the next video. I mean, that looks cool, doesn't it? Except for the ladder. I should have moved the ladder. Look at that. It looks sick. That's a cool picture. That is the thumbnail right there. Oh my God. Hernia. Touched for the very first time. Tiny house exterior lighting. That is the title of this video. And that is the thumbnail. Creepy. That's creepy. It's just a shame.